The lights dim, the crowd rises, and the air inside the arena feels thick enough to cut with a blade, because tonight isn't just another boxing match, it's a collision of legacies, a silent promise of chaos waiting to explode the moment the bell rings. As Leo Santa Cruz of the United States steps forward with relentless pressure carved into his fighting DNA, while across the ring stands Christian Majoras of Mexico, calm, composed, and carrying the dangerous stillness of a man who has survived every storm thrown his way, and from the opening seconds you can feel it. This isn't speed versus power, this is hunger versus experience, youth versus mastery, and neither man is here to blink first, as Santa Cruz begins stalking forward, throwing sharp probing jabs like warning shots, testing reactions, testing nerves, trying to force Majoras into deep water early. But Majoras doesn't panic, doesn't retreat blindly. Instead he slides just inches out of range, countering with surgical precision. Each punch a quiet reminder that impatience gets punished at the highest level, and suddenly the rhythm shifts, because Santa Cruz realizes this isn't going to be easy. The Mexican veteran isn't there to be overwhelmed, he's there to outthink, outlast, and outmaneuver. As the exchanges grow faster, the combinations sharper, and the margin for error thinner, the crowd roars louder with every near miss, every glove brushing past a chin. Because both men are playing chess at full speed, Santa Cruz pushing the tempo, throwing volume like waves crashing against rock, while Majoras stands firm, rolling shots, countering with slick left hands that snap heads back just enough to steal momentum. And you can feel the tension tightening with every second, because one mistake here could tilt the entire fight. And as the round closes, neither man has taken control, but both have sent a message: this fight will not be decided by fear. It will be decided by who breaks first. And as they return to their corners, sweat mixing with determination, one truth becomes clear: the real war hasn't even started yet, and the storm that's coming will test not just skill, but heart, discipline, and the will to stand when the pressure becomes unbearable. As the bell signals the next phase of battle, the tempo escalates instantly, because Santa Cruz knows he must turn pressure into dominance, and he explodes forward with flurries that crash against Majoras like relentless thunder, body shots digging deep, hooks whipping around the guard, forcing the Mexican veteran to move, adjust, and think faster than ever. But Majoras thrives in chaos, slipping punches by inches, countering with sharp combinations that land clean and disrupt Santa Cruz's rhythm, and suddenly the fight becomes a dangerous dance where every step matters, every breath counts. As Santa Cruz's volume begins to pile up, the punches aren't just scoring, they're draining, and you can see it in Majoras' movement, slightly slower, slightly heavier, but still intelligent, still dangerous, because experience teaches you how to survive storms, and Majoras refuses to fold, answering pressure with precision, snapping jabs, slicing uppercuts through gaps that didn't exist a second earlier, forcing Santa Cruz to respect his power, and the crowd senses it. This fight is balancing on a razor's edge, one exchange away from swinging completely, as Santa Cruz digs deeper, increasing output, turning the ring smaller, cutting off exits, trapping Majoras near the ropes where escape becomes survival, and the punches come in waves, lefts and rights raining down, body then head, head then body, testing endurance and will. But Majoras fires back, refusing to be overwhelmed, landing counters that briefly freeze Santa Cruz in place, and for a split second you wonder, has the pressure gone too far? Has Santa Cruz walked into a trap? Because at this level, one perfectly timed counter can end everything. But Santa Cruz adjusts, keeps his hands high, feet moving, pressure constant, forcing Majoras to work every second, draining the gas tank inch by inch, and as the rounds stack up, the mental battle becomes just as fierce as the physical one, because both men know the truth. Whoever controls the pace now will control the fight, and as they separate at the bell, chests heaving, eyes locked, there is no sign of surrender, only the quiet understanding that the hardest rounds are still ahead. By now the fight has carved its mark into both warriors, sweat pouring, muscles screaming, lungs burning. Yet neither man allows weakness to show, because this is the round where champions are exposed and pretenders collapse, and Santa Cruz senses it, doubling down on pressure, attacking the body with vicious intent, knowing that every shot to the ribs steals tomorrow's strength, while Majoras digs deep into his reserves, relying on instinct and experience to survive the relentless assault. But fatigue changes everything, reactions slow, guards drop, and openings appear where none existed before. As Santa Cruz lands clean combinations that force Majoras back, the crowd erupting with every connection, because the momentum feels like it's slipping away from the Mexican veteran. Yet somehow, Majoras answers, summoning one last surge of brilliance, countering with sharp, perfectly timed shots that remind everyone why he's still standing. Still dangerous, still capable of turning the fight upside down in an instant, and the exchanges become brutal, raw, emotional, no longer just technical, but fueled by pride and survival. Santa Cruz pushing forward despite taking shots, Mahores refusing to back down despite the pressure suffocating him. And for moments the fight becomes chaos, punches thrown in fury, feet planted, guards forgotten, as both men gamble everything on heart, and you can feel it. The fight is reaching its breaking point, because someone is about to crack, someone is about to fall behind permanently. And as the seconds tick away, Santa Cruz digs deeper than ever, unleashing combinations that leave no room to breathe, forcing Mahores to absorb, block, and move on pure instinct. And when the bell finally sounds, the crowd rises as one, because they've witnessed something rare, a battle not just of fists, but of spirit. And as both fighters return to their corners, eyes glassy, bodies worn, the question hangs heavy in the air: who has enough left to finish this war? The final phase begins with tension so thick it silences even the loudest fans, because both men know what's at stake now. This is where legacies are written, where pain becomes irrelevant, and where only the will to win matters. As Santa Cruz steps forward once more, relentless, focused, sensing the finish, while Mahores stands his ground, pride burning brighter than exhaustion, refusing to give an inch, and the punches come fast and furious. Santa Cruz pouring on pressure, throwing combinations that echo through the arena, each shot fueled by belief, while Mahores fights back with everything he has left, landing clean counters that draw gasps from the crowd, because even at the edge, danger remains. But fatigue tells its own story, movement slow, guards sag, and Santa Cruz's volume begins to overwhelm, forcing Mahores backward, trapping him near the ropes where escape disappears and survival becomes the only goal. And the arena erupts as Santa Cruz unleashes a final surge, body shots breaking resistance, headshots snapping through the guard, forcing Mahores to dig deeper than ever before. Yet even then, the Mexican veteran refuses to fall easily, standing tall, absorbing punishment, answering when he can, showing the heart of a warrior who will not surrender. And that's what makes this moment unforgettable, because it's not just about who wins, it's about who endures, who stands when everything says stop. And as the final seconds tick away, Santa Cruz presses forward, determined, relentless, while Mahores survives through sheer will. And when the last bell finally rings, the crowd explodes, knowing they've witnessed a battle forged in respect, violence, and courage, a fight where neither man backed down. And as the fighters stand exhausted in the center of the ring, gloves raised, faces marked by war, one truth is undeniable. This wasn't just a boxing match, it was a test of heart, and both men passed.